Good evening there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Pits of Motor Chaos. This is your host, Dave. I got a special guest, drag racer Mike Nitzsche. How you doing, Mike?
Pretty good.
So, how'd your Christmas and New Year go? You have a good one?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was okay. Not much racing with the snow we got up here, but it was good.
So now with the crazy year had last year with the COVID-19, did you do much racing at all?
Yeah. We were fortunate enough to get the local racetracks around here open. I believe it was the weekend after Memorial Day, so we were able to have a fairly complete season.
So how many events did you get in?
I believe I raced 5 weekends last year.
And how'd the car run?
Oh, car ran fabulously. I think I had 3 runner-ups. I couldn't get any wins, but I got 3 runner-ups last year.
Yeah, you'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, what's the fastest ET you've had with that car?
The Cobalt, the fastest I've been is 492, and that's just a naturally aspirated, alcohol-injected motor. Then my normal bracket car is a 2010 Camaro Roadster, and that goes 550s with a little small block 406 in it.
Now, you race both of those cars all year long?
Yes. The Cobalt I really only race in the quick races, the quick 16, quick 8 stuff, and then I race the Camaro Roadster in the bracket races.
So what do you run, quarter mile or eighth mile?
8th mile. Pretty much everything's 8th mile.
Have you ran quarter in the past?
I have. It's been quite some time. I think the last time I probably ran quarter mile was around 2005-ish.
So let me ask you this question, Mike. How did you get into drag racing?
Well, I would have to assume that it was, if I remember correctly, watching American Graffiti. I always really liked the end of that movie, and where they're racing on the road. And I've always liked to tinker on stuff. So, yeah, it was, I had to be 10, 11, 12 years old when I wanted to drag race.
So now, before you started drag racing, did you go watch drag racing at all?
I really didn't. My family was never really involved in things like that, so I was kind of at a deficit. And it was quite a learning curve for me when I got into it because I had to have some really good friends explain some of the finer I'm trying to think of the word, intricacies that go along with it. But I've been doing it for over 30 years now.
So
understand it pretty well, I guess.
So what year was the first year you went to the track?
I believe it was probably 1989. I think. High school drags.
Wow. So how was your first time experience going on a drag strip?
If I remember right, my super lightning fast 81 Monte Carlo that I thought would just rotate the earth went like 1570s in the quarter.
Wow.
I was kind of disappointed with that.
So were you nervous at all, though?
No, I don't remember really being too nervous. I was never really concerned, or I should say scared, of racing. It's fairly natural, especially nowadays, to me. So it's not really a big deal.
So when you actually started drag racing, did you have anybody you looked up to, or anybody idolized in drag racing at all?
Well, when I started, kind of like what I said earlier, I didn't really know that many people. I just knew that I wanted to do it. So it probably would have been later on in life when I had some friends that I really looked up to. I got a good friend, Scott Kiefer. He's always been kind of an idol of mine. He's real smart guy, and if I'm having issues with something, I'll bounce it off him, and he'll usually be able to figure out an answer for me. So he's probably a big idol of mine.
Isn't Scott's name on your car too?
I do on the Cobalt, yes. He actually started driving it. In the beginning, I was going to be the crew chief, and he was going to drive. And then things kind of changed a little bit as I started racing more. And so he does all my engines. So he's a good buddy of mine.
So when you go out racing these days, do you have any crew?
My wife, she's my official crew chief, Kim. That's about it. It's usually just me and Kim.
No. Yeah, well, at least your wife, goes with you.
Oh yeah. She wouldn't have it any other way. Matter of fact, there's been times when I didn't really want to go racing, and boy, she makes sure she kicks me in the butt and gets me moving, so we go.
You have any kids?
No, I do not have any kids.
So, all right, now, sorry. When you get out there on the track, to the staging lanes, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions at all?
Well, not that I'm aware of. However, I'm sure there's some nervous niches and things that I have. I know that I check my shifter about 46 times after the burnout to make sure it's in low gear. Other than that, no, I don't think I have anything, any sort of rituals that I really follow.
So now after like 30 years of drag racing, now what still keeps you passionate about it?
Well, I keep trying to win. I had a really good year in 2001 and won the class points. That was pretty nice. But the older I get, the harder it is to win. And I don't win a lot. But I go around and get some money here and there, but I don't win a lot. So that's basically my short-term goal, I guess, is just to win.
So are you doing any upgrading to the car in off season?
Yeah, the Cobalt is going to get probably completely reset up right from the ground up. I had some issues in the last race of the year where it's always been a perfect driving car, and it was acting kind of funny. So I need to go through and see what's going on with that. And then the Roadster, I'm getting wrapped this year. So, matter of fact, I just got the first proof today, and we're going to do some changes to it, and it should be a pretty nice wrap on it.
So the Cobalt, what kind of what's under the hood of the thing?
It's a 582 cubic inch big block Chevy, alcohol injected.
How about the Roadster?
That's a small block Chevy 406, alcohol injected also.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you say is your favorite thing about being a drag racer?
Oh, I like all the people at the racetrack, and we have a good time. It's sort of like camping and racing, so it's just all around a good time. And I've been doing it so long, I don't know really what else to do. So, that's just what we do.
Now, is there anything you hate about being a drag racer?
It takes a lot of money. I don't like spending all the money.
I thought you were gonna say you don't like losing.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty well used to that. It happens. There's always going to be a winner and a loser, so I just hope I'm on the winning side.
Yeah, you'll get in the winning circle.
Yep.
So now, if you didn't become a drag racer, any idea what you would have become?
No, I don't. I was kind of getting serious about architecture in high school, but other than that, no, I don't know what else I'd have for a hobby.
Now, if you could have, drag race fans that come out and watch you race, remember one thing about you, Mike. What would you want that one thing to be that the fans remember about you?
Probably one of the one thing would be that almost everything I own, I built. So I built all my cars. I built my trailer. I built everything. So, yeah, I may not be the best racer in the world, but I'm a pretty decent fabricator and builder. So
You plan to build any other cars in the future?
well, I do own a chassis business, and I'm building cars for other people all the time. I don't know if I'm going to build myself a car anytime soon, but I am. I'm currently have 3 cars in my shop right now. So
Now, do you think you could get any better as a drag racer? And if so, how do you achieve that to get better?
yeah, I could get better. My biggest problem is I don't spend enough time doing it. I need to start racing every weekend again, and then I'd get better, I think, just inherently.
So just a lot more seat time.
Correct.
So does it take a lot of preparation to get any of those 2 cars ready for a weekend?
No, not really. I run really good parts and have some of the best people in the industry do some things for me, like Scotty builds my engines. Pete Brown, After Hours Electrical, does my wiring, and I don't have any problems or anything that I really got to worry too much about. I just do normal maintenance, and we're ready to go.
So do you have any small sponsors at all?
Technically no, but I do run some names on my car just because I'm a cool guy, and I got my business, Door Slammer Chassis Fab. Pete Brown with After Hours Wiring, and my buddy Scott Kiefer built my motors.
Now, do you have any favorite tracks to race on?
Oh, absolutely. That'd be Mid-Michigan Motorplex. That's my home track.
Now, is that the only track you go to?
No, we travel around a little bit. I mean, we'll go to Southern Illinois. Usually go to a race down there once a year, and we went to 131 a couple of years ago, and I've been to basically all the tracks in Michigan except Lapeer. I've never raced at Lapeer, but other than that, I've raced at all the tracks in Michigan, even some of them that are closed now, and we traveled to a lot of out-of-state tracks, too. Don't do as much traveling anymore as we used to, though.
So which track do you go to in Southern Illinois?
I-57.
What town is that in?
That's a good question. I don't remember. That would be something that I have to look up, because I do not remember what town that's next to.
All right, so where do you get your fire safety equipment from?
Mostly Simpson. I am really impressed with Pro One belts that I got for the Roadster. They're really nice. I'll probably start getting those for everything. Other than that, I think I run impact helmets. I got a helmet for both cars, so that way I don't forget it and leave it back, in the wrong car when I go up. So I got 2 impact helmets and Simpson fire suit, Pro One belts.
Now, what kind of tires are you running on each of those cars?
That's a funny topic. I'm a Hoosier guy. I love Hoosiers because they're a little flat. But I've got a little bit of an issue with Cobalt shaking tires, so I put Mickey Thompson's on the Cobalt. And as it looks, I will probably replace those and put Mickey's back on it for next year.
So have you reached any milestones in your racing career so far, Mike?
Yeah, I won a championship. That was kind of nice in 2001. There was a racing series around in the late 90s, early 2000s that was really nifty. That was Run for the Ring. And you'd win a nice coat, a nice ring, and I got to win that one time. So I got my ring and my coat. That was kind of a big milestone for me. I also got to win a race with my parents watching and got them in a photo for in the winner's circle. So that was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, that's got to be special.
Yep.
So do you have any trophies?
Yeah, I have some trophies. They don't seem to give us trophies much anymore, which is fine with me. I'd take the check over trophies any day. But yeah, I do have some trophies in the basement from back in the 90s.
All right, now, have you had any accidents or close calls in your drag racing career?
Yeah, I've put the car in the back bumper a couple times, and there was another time when I had the car totally off the ground sideways, and I'm actually really surprised I didn't wreck that one, but that's about it. A couple close calls like that, and I've never wrecked a car yet, so I guess I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, well, knock on wood, you won't have any big wrecks.
Right, yeah. We don't want those.
No. So now at your local track where you run at, do you have for bracket racing, you have a greatest competitor over there?
Oh, they're all great. There's not a single one of them that I go, woohoo! I get to race this guy. They're all good.
Yeah, you don't
So,
have
yeah.
you don't have the one you don't have the one guy that, oh, this guy's been a thorn in my side all year. I got to get him.
No, they're all that way. Every single one of them. I just go up there and do the best job I can. See what happens when I cross the finish line.
Yeah, anybody you go up to on the starting line, they're like your big enemy. Then you get to the end of the track, your buddies.
Yep, absolutely. I think we're all pretty much that way.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about drag racing.
Absolutely.
The big family atmosphere. Like every drag racer I talk to, they love the big family atmosphere.
Yep, that's true.
And all you do is keep meeting more and more people, and the family gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes, that is true.
And all the drivers are willing to help each other out. You need a part, if they have the spare part, they'll give it to you.
Yep. Yeah, and I carry a lot of spare parts, so I usually help a lot of people out.
So you have any, stories about someone helping you out they can remember they can share?
Boy, I probably should, because it's probably happened quite a bit. I do remember breaking a transmission back in the early 2000s. I broke a transmission and took it out. It was a big race, too. There was about 3 or 4 guys that helped me take it out. I actually drove an hour home, took the trans apart, got another trans case, put all the guts back in it, brought it back to the track. The same 3 or 4 guys helped me put it back in, and I was able to make it the second round. It was such a big race that it took a while. Plus, there was an oil down while I was gone. So, yeah, I made second round, and I went 4 or 5 rounds that day, too. That was pretty nifty. That was one story. There's another story when I was racing the Michigan bracket finals, and I that's the year I won the points, and I was in the race of champions. My car broke, and my buddy just stepped right up and says, dude, you got to get in my car. You got to make that race. So we did the math and tried to figure out the weight, and I went a couple rounds just jumping in his car and trying to race it. But, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's always an awesome feeling to have people help you out.
Yep.
So now, let me ask you some fun questions here, Mike.
Okay.
If someone were to give you, we'll say, $100 million, and they wanted you to build a brand new drag race track for them, where would you consider building a new track, and what kind of features would you want to put into that brand new drag race track?
Wow. Well, I don't personally really want to leave mid-Michigan, but on the other hand, we're doing pretty good for racetracks right now. So I think I'd probably want to have one a little bit farther to the west. I don't know. But definitely, I think a bar situation where the spectators can drink and watch and eat and stuff like that, like maybe covered seats and stuff, that'd be kind of a nice feature to have in a track. But as far as where it would be, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one, I guess.
All right. Now, do you have any other hobbies outside of drag racing?
No, just working. I work a lot.
All right. So, if you could time travel, find a time traveling machine and go back in the time, would you do anything differently with your drag racing career?
Yes. There's a lot of things I would have done different. I would have started building race cars, excuse me, a lot earlier than when I did. 'Cause I think I'd be even better now. And taking a few things, related to my drag racing a little more seriously earlier on, and I'd probably be a little bit more successful these days on the racetrack. But that's probably about it.
So, how many years have you been building drag race cars now?
I've built my own cars forever. Building them for people, though, probably 15 years. And I've been building my own stuff for 30 years. So, yeah.
Okay, so
about that long.
So your first drag race car, you built it?
Yes.
What was the first car you raced in?
1981 Monte Carlo.
Wow. So what happened there? You sold it?
Yes. I bought it, I think, in 1989, and I ended up selling it in 2002 to a friend of mine who still owns it to this day.
So how'd you do in the Monte Carlo? Did it run pretty good for you?
Yeah, that car was great. It won me a points championship. And if I remember correctly, yeah, actually I did. I won the run for the ring in that car, too. That was, I won a lot of stuff in that car.
Wow. So what made you get rid of it?
It was too heavy. I was building a lot lighter tube chassis car at the time. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't need two cars. I should sell this thing. So I sold it.
So now what'd you have under the hood of that car?
That would have been probably a 461 big block Chevy. That would have been alcohol carburetor on that one.
All right, so let me ask you some more fun questions here. What is your favorite food you like to eat, Mike?
Probably cheeseburgers and fries.
You're easy guy, huh? Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So do you cook?
No, I don't cook at all. It's kind of a nice thing that I'm married because I don't cook at all. And my wife's a great cook, so.
All right, so what's your favorite dish that your wife cooks?
Man, she cooks a lot of good ones. I mean, basically everything she cooks is good. I am going to say she makes really good, they're kind of like enchilada things. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're really good and they taste good, so I'll just say they're enchiladas.
Okay. Does she make a good cheeseburger?
Yeah, she makes good cheeseburger.
Now, when you guys go to the track for a race day, you guys barbecue at all at the track?
Yes, and she's actually venturing out to making like average everyday type dinners rather than just the hamburger and hot dog type things. So it's been really good. And I really enjoy camping when we're having like normal food.
That's good. So, what's your favorite beverage?
Probably milk. I drink a lot of milk.
Now, how about at the track? You drink a lot of water?
Yep, drink a lot of water. I've gotten away from pop. I don't drink a lot of pop at the racetrack. After racing's done, I generally drink a bunch of beer, too.
Nice cold beer, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You have a favorite beer?
Well, it doesn't really matter if it's my favorite or not because, we drink Bud Light, but that's all my wife will drink, which pretty much means that's all I drink, so...
All right. What's your favorite movie of all time, Mike?
Favorite movie?
American Graffiti?
No, I mean, that's a great movie, don't get me wrong, but probably, we'll just say Pulp Fiction.
All right. What's your favorite type of music to listen to? You have any?
Uh, yeah, I like to listen to 80s heavy metal.
Nah,
That's
yeah.
probably one of my favorites, at least.
Like the 80s hair bands?
Yeah, yeah,
Motley Crue and Cinderella and Poison and all that stuff.
absolutely, yes.
You have a favorite band?
Man, that's tough. I could say one band I really listen to a lot is probably Queensryche.
No, I love Queensryche.
Sweet.
Yeah, I even like the new Queensryche with the new singer. I still love that Queensryche.
Oh, I haven't heard that. Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta listen. You can't really tell the difference between him and Jeff Tate. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Todd Latour is a newer singer that they've had for like the last
Uh,
3 or 4 albums now.
okay.
Then Jeff Tate's, of course, he's out there by himself doing his own thing.
Right.
So, so you learned to play any instruments since you like metal.
Oh no, I was a big guitar player, and I was in a few bands in high school, and actually sold all my musical everything to buy my Monte Carlo.
Yeah. So were you a good guitar player?
I was fair. I wasn't bad.
So what'd you do? Cover bands?
No, we pretty much wrote our own music, which it probably sucked, but like it was fun.
Did you ever release any music?
No, we were never serious about anything.
No demo tapes or nothing?
No, we just played at a few parties and whatnot here and there, and just stuff like that. It was nothing that was real serious.
So when you got a guitar, how old were you when you got a guitar?
I would say
Teenager?
probably earlier than that. My mom forced me to learn an instrument, and so I picked the guitar, and I think it was anywhere from 10 to 12 years old is when I started.
So did you take lessons or were you self-taught?
No, I took lessons.
So who were some of your favorite guitarists?
Oh, Steve Vai, he's a big one. Probably, I can't think of Joe Satriani. Those are the two I can throw out right now.
Yeah, well, Satriani gave Steve Vai lessons.
I heard that, yes. Yeah. I did hear that.
And he gave Kirk Hammett lessons.
Yep.
So yeah, what kind of guitar did you play when you played guitar?
Gibson. I was a Gibson guy. All the guitars I owned were pretty much all Gibsons.
Les Paul?
What's that?
Les Paul?
No, I never actually had a Les Paul. They were too expensive. I didn't have any money, but I had an SG, an Invader, an Explorer. I think that's about it.
Yeah, the SG like James Hetfield.
Right.
So were you a big Metallica fan?
Yeah. We listen to a lot of Metallica.
That's cool. So yeah, the podcast is actually called The Pits of Metal and Motorcast. So I interview bands too. So I can talk about music too.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're growing up as a kid, did you have a favorite cartoon to watch on TV?
No, I don't remember that. I pretty much just watched whatever was on when I was eating breakfast or something.
Okay, on a race day at the track, how's your eating habits? Do you eat lightly during a race day and wait till the races are done, or do you eat regularly during the day for a race day?
I usually have a good breakfast. Kim always cooks me a good breakfast. But then I don't eat until I'm done racing. and I think that's actually screwed me up a few times. I need to work on that because, I think if I was to eat more regularly, it would actually help my consistency out, and I'd probably be a better racer.
Well, yeah, you tell your wife to get on your ass to eat some more.
Yeah.
Say, honey, you gotta eat.
Right.
All right, so do you have a most embarrassing moment on the track?
I'm pretty fortunate that I know I've probably done some dumb things, but man, I can't think of anything right offhand that is an embarrassing moment. No, I don't think. I mean, there's probably something lingering around out there, but I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm sure in 30 years.
I'm not shy of it, so I'd tell you if I could remember one, but I don't remember one right offhand.
Wow, 30 years of drag racing, you can't remember anything.
No, nothing. Like I said, I guess I'm pretty fortunate with that I don't do a lot of dumb things.
All right. So, what would you consider to be your fondest memory of your drag racing career?
My fondest memory would definitely be seeing the win light come on in the 10th round of the Run for the Ring race. That was something I will never forget because I wanted to win one of those so bad for years that that meant a lot to me. Awesome. That's probably my best memory.
All right, now as far as drag racing goes, do you have a bucket list of anything that you'd like to try in drag racing one day before your career's over?
No, just win more. That's it. That's on my bucket list, to win more.
All right. Now, if people are listening to the interview, whether it be a young person or older person that's thinking about drag racing, what kind of advice would you give them?
It's fun. Bracket racing, anybody can do it with basically any car. That's the nice thing about bracket racing is you can get involved in the sport for relatively low money. But it's like being addicted to crack. Before you know it, you're spending paycheck after paycheck after paycheck, making your car faster and better and this and that and the other thing. So be prepared for that. But it's a good time. And everybody at the races are always, really nice, good people. So, it's a good environment.
Now, do you have a biggest pet peeve at the track?
I probably do. No, not that I can think of.
Well, how about in life?
What's that?
How about in life? You have a biggest pet peeve in your regular life?
Biggest pet peeve. Yeah, I guess my biggest pet peeve is all the politics on social media. I'm getting pretty tired of that.
Yeah, so if people are listening to the interview and anyone wants to come see a race, what's the best way to, see where you're going to be racing at?
Well, my wife makes sure that we race at all the holiday races at Mid-Michigan Motorplex. That's the only pretty much guarantee I can give anybody that I will be there is racing the holiday races at the Mid-Michigan Motorplex. Other than that, it's kind of hit or miss on what I got going on in the shop and what my wife's got going on and whatnot. But it's pretty much written in stone in my household that we will be racing on the holiday weekends.
And if people come see a race, they should come say hello to you in the pit area, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do you get any kids that come in the pits that you sit them in the car and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's nice. So, do you have any, what do you got, you make hero cards at all?
No, I don't really do that a whole lot. it's not like real popular in drag racing to do that. At least at my level, it's not.
Yeah, I think that's more. The kids love that though. Get the
Right.
autograph on there.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So, Mike, I want to thank you very much for taking time tonight to do this interview.
Absolutely. No problem.
Yeah. Before you close out, though, you have any final words? Thank yous to anybody out there, or any good stuff like that?
Well, obviously, I want to thank basically everybody that I deal with at the racetrack because it's all a bunch of great people and real good environment and all the track operators and owners and personnel and just without them we wouldn't be able to race. So that's definitely somebody that deserves a thank you and a shout out.
And of course, your wife.
Yeah, absolutely. She knows I'd give her a shout out though.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you once again, Mike, and I wish you the best of luck with the 2021 racing season.
Thanks, Dave.
You have a great night.
Okay, you too.
All right. Bye.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.